Hey, every pony! Welcome back to the TrashRats podcast. I'm your host, Monkey Jones, joined as always by the lesser and frankly less important host, Reactor and Rusty Cage.
In that order.
Did you say N-word, Reactor? Is that how you're going to start this off?
In that order.
Oh, okay, good. I always assume you're going to say the N-word, and I'm always bracing for impact.
I stay conscious, make sure I don't say wrong words.
So apparently a lot of people have been saying that you're kind of like a racist.
Yeah, I'm a mixed race supremacist, actually, and I believe, for real, no, I mean, like, you mix two breeds of dog and you have a healthier dog, right? Same thing.
No, I thought you had like a retarded dog that would die sooner because it...
Yeah, I thought people didn't like mutts.
You're confusing mixing with inbreeding.
Oh, so you're inbred?
No, I'm mixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, people in my comment section, there's a new meme where they compare me and all my friends to like different TV shows, and every time they choose you to be like the most racist character. You've gotten the neo-Nazi Jack from Breaking Bad. Somebody said you're Danny DeVito's character from It's Always Sunny.
I like that one better.
Well, what's up with that, Reactor? Like, why do you give off such racist vibes to everybody in the comment section?
Because I'm jealous that I have no race, so I hate all races.
Oh, you hate them all equally, though. That's not racist. That's equal opportunity.
Why does everyone get to have a real race, but mine's like a weird mix of, like...
I mean, what even is
you
yours?
Don't have a home.
Because we said that you were half Chinese and half Mexican, but now I'm confused as to what the fuck you even are.
I don't even know what I am. I'm like Native American, Korean, German, Irish, Scottish, Dutch... French.
Well, let's
Italian.
say it's 1939 and some Nazis come marching into the country. Do they lock you up or are you a free man?
I'm a Nazi.
Ooh.
Oh well, shit. I guess that explains a lot.
You kind of look like Himmler a little bit.
No. I mean, if you look at the current political atmosphere where, I'm not rioting and looting against rich people, I'm not a Nazi.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Okay.
So Black Lives Matter is the new Nazis?
Yeah, I'm not blaming a single race for my oppression. Like the Nazis
race of
blame
blue?
the Jews,
Right. Yeah, and the Black Lives Matter blame the police, which is a race.
White police.
Well, that's good.
No, because
that's pretty brave of you.
Black cop does it. It's not news. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Right, or it'll still be news, but they just won't mention the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll still say that a cop did it, though.
And everyone will still believe it's a white cop.
Well, hey, Reactor, you live in Chicago. I mean, when you open the newspaper, does it say 50 blacks were killed in black-on-black violence, or does it say one white cop killed one black guy?
Yeah, right. There's violence, there's a shitload of violence. I have to sleep in my bathtub every night. Chicago is hell right now.
Do you really
Seriously.
sleep in your bathtub?
Yeah,
like Kyle XY?
It's insulated from bullets. So because
are you like right on the street,
I'm in a corner house, yeah.
God
so
damn.
with the war going on outside, I mean, it's not like always right outside my window, but when it is, it's not like bullets can go through shitty brick,
Do you actually hear gunshots and shit all the time?
What?
You actually hear gunshots outside?
A lot. It kind of went away lately.
What side of Chicago were you on?
South side.
Oh, okay. So Leroy Brown is around that area.
No,
South side of Chicago.
It's really segregated. But the problem is in Chicago, and sure, maybe this sounds racist, but it's the truth. White people can't go into black neighborhoods, but black people can go into white neighborhoods, and you can't say something to them because that's racist. Obviously, just like saying something to a white person in a black neighborhood is racist. Except.
So what are the things in the black neighborhoods that you're restricted from? Like, what are you missing out on that you wish you could go?
We'll get arrested if we go into them.
Wait, what do you get arrested?
It's reasonable suspicion. Why is a white guy in a black neighborhood?
Buying crack.
Yes, obviously.
That's exactly what white people do when they go into black neighborhoods.
I mean, I don't go into those neighborhoods anymore, but when I was like a teenager, we would go in there because I did have like a friend that would live in there.
Mm-hmm.
And cop sees you, you better, I don't know, be close to your friend's house so that you can prove it.
Are you pulling my chain? Or are you being serious?
I mean, this was like, it was like 2000, year 2000. So maybe it changed. Maybe I'm allowed to walk in there now, but
Well, I would think it's
I don't think
actually worse
anything.
now because like the whole fentanyl and opium
opium.
crisis. Well, no. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a real thing. Like,
is that affecting
the
black
now
community?
younger
That's-
people and majority white males, probably younger white males,
Yeah.
are addicted to fentanyl. So yeah, they are probably going into. I'm not saying that's where they sell them. Sell
okay.
fentanyl, but once they stop getting the prescription medications from their doctor, they have to buy it illegally.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to
they
be
don't-
honest, boys. Until George Floyd happened, I had never even heard of fentanyl. Can you
What the
red pill
fuck,
me?
Really? Are you
What is
serious?
fentanyl?
It's,
Yeah, what is it?
It's like very potent form of morphine.
Yeah,
it's like a prescription
it's
drug?
like a,
It's the most potent. It's insanely potent. Like, yeah, it's bad. Not bad.
I mean, I don't know
it's great,
exactly
but-
what it is, but it's definitely something that takes the place of painkillers. Some people take it when they're trying to come off heroin.
What?
It just,
oh my god!
it gives you a high. But like, fucking, it killed so many goddamn celebrities. It killed Michael Jackson, Prince,
George Floyd.
George Floyd. Not a celebrity at the time, but still. What's the guy's name in the heart? Tom Petty.
Really? They all died
David
from fentanyl?
Bowie.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposedly, but like a lot of the doctors were trying to cover it up. But I
Oh, yeah,
believe
maybe.
all of them kind of went the route of fentanyl,
Huh?
which
Yeah,
seems
it's
kind of like a
crazy.
bitch move considering you got someone like Philip Seymour Hoffman who died with like 800 bags of heroin in his apartment, like
Fuck.
a goddamn champ.
So back up to George Floyd real quick. I don't know if this is off topic, but wasn't he? They found 3 times the lethal amount of fentanyl in his system or something.
That's
The
what I
lethal
heard.
amount?
Yeah, you guys. I mean, lethal is what's the word? Relative.
Relative?
Yeah, it's compared to George Floyd
Well, I
versus
mean,
a midget. He's
I
got a
would
bigger
look it up,
tolerance.
but I'm pretty sure Google has removed all search results that go against
Oh, yeah, I
the
heard-
narrative
Hey,
of Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you saw that. It's pretty interesting.
Well, did you watch they like released the body cam footage? Did you guys take a look at that?
For George
Yeah, I
Floyd.
did.
Yeah.
They put him in the air conditioned cruiser and he said, "No, I want you to lay me on the ground." And they're like, "Are you sure?" And he said, "Yeah." And I was, maybe he should have stayed in that fucking cop car.
I don't know, man. When I was watching that, like, I definitely got. I mean, I get it. Like, he was resisting arrest at that point,
Yeah.
but he's definitely showing signs that I fucking believe that he actually was claustrophobic or was like having some actual fucking mental breakdown about like the position he was in to a point.
Well,
where
yeah,
he
when
was
you're high
mentally
as fuck,
unstable.
you probably have a
right,
mental
when you're high
breakdown.
as fuck getting arrested. Like I got picked up for curfew when I was on acid before, and I wasn't freaking out.
Sure.
And it was pretty weird. It was a weird experience, but I was okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the guy was probably also not fully mentally there. And I mean, that brings up the question of, like, at what point is it really not the police's job, or are they not properly equipped to handle someone who isn't fully mentally there? You
Well,
know,
I
like,
definitely think no matter how crazy somebody is, putting your knee on their neck should never
Yeah.
be an option. So that's obviously a big fuck up on the cop's fault, and I
Yeah,
hope he gets
yeah.
charged for it. But otherwise, like fucking, just put him in the cruiser. He doesn't have a choice. He's arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to jam him in there, but then they like pulled him out of the other side, and I don't know. It was weird, but definitely wasn't handled well after that point.
The way I see it, he shouldn't have resisted, right? But if you look at the video, people like a bunch of people yelling, "You're killing him!" It's like you should
Yeah.
check, even if they're trying to
Yeah,
trick
for
you.
real.
Like you
Get your fucking knee off his neck.
Like you think it's a trap. Once you look down, they're gonna hit you.
Just in case everyone is confused at what the date of recording is, it's currently September 1st, so we're discussing our opinions about an event that happened months and a half
Some crazy,
ago.
some crazy shit's
It's
gonna
still
happen.
relevant because based on this new evidence, if the cop gets off scot free,
God.
what do you guys hypothesize the impending doom will be like?
Hey, well, I can guarantee you that Kyle Rittenhouse is getting to walk in the
That's the main cop?
probably.
That's
And
gonna
Kyle-
be a catalyst.
Kyle Rittenhouse, he's the 17-year-old
Yeah.
kid that was
Oh.
at Oh, where was that? He was at like what protest was that?
Kenosha, Wisconsin. He was
Okay.
And he was defending the buildings. Like, I don't care. Like, violent criminals running around, and they're the good guys. They were white, dude. Okay, 3 white guys who were convicted felons. One of them holding a pistol. Were chasing a Hispanic child.
I mean, barely Hispanic.
No.
I'm not gonna. Not that that matters, but like.
No.
It was
barely a
hard to-
child.
No, because look, according to the left, race matters. It matters above all. So if it matters so much, why were 3 white convicted felons, who were one of them armed illegally because he's a felon, he can't possess a firearm, chasing a Hispanic minor? The minor had an assault rifle and could have at any point just jumped, turned around, and sprayed them all if he was, or if he was psychotic or something. He was trying to get away. That's a fact. He was running for his life, getting hit in the head as he ran, and he tripped and fell and said, "Okay, this is where the mob kills me because mobs kill people because they're stupid." It's a scientific fact that mobs are dumber. You lose intelligence.
Didn't one of them have a Molotov? I know one had a skateboard, one had a gun.
No, the one, the white bald dude who started it all, he had a Gatorade or a Powerade in like a grocery bag, like some weird kind of redneck
he was just trying
suitcase.
something. Also, his famous last quote: "Shoot me, nigga! Shoot me, nigga!" And then he got shot.
No, and then he chased a dude with an AK, or he chased a dude with an AR. Like,
yes, what do you think's gonna fucking happen when you're chasing someone, yelling at them to shoot you, and they have a gun?
So what could possibly have been going through this guy's head that made him think this is what I should do right now?
I think that he's a fucking insane person, and this is all still like a modern version of MK Ultra. These people are released into these protests to stir up and create controversy. And you can always control the narrative, but you can't control the narrative if nothing's happening. So there has to be shootings. There has to be nuts and crazy fucking people doing crazy things so you can use that for or against your political opponents.
Yeah, so it's a fact that Kamala Harris has been tweeting or whatever for a while that, what is it, Milwaukee Fund? Minnesota Freedom Fund or something. It's some donation thing that they bail out every single person who can be bailed out. And they recently bailed out a rapist, and he went and raped someone. And they put out a letter like, "We're sorry." Like, well, don't bail the violent rapists. What are you doing? But anyway, so Kamala's raising money for this group, and these rioters constantly keep getting bailed out. That's why the cops are so upset right now. Like, they're fighting a war. People, attacking them like they're the bad guys. They hold society together.
Reactor, speaking of rape, what's that thing I saw on Twitter about some guy got shot in the back 7 times, but then he raped somebody and the sister of the victim was I would have shot him too.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that about?
Dude. So Jacob Blake, the dude that recently got shot in the back for fighting cops.
Can I just say real quick that I had never fucking heard of this guy. Somehow I missed that one day of America in turmoil, and so I was like, who the fuck is Jacob Blake? I thought this was all still George Floyd shit.
I thought we were on Kyle Rittenhouse now.
Yeah, right. We're already past him.
No, but yeah, he was the guy who recently got shot that kind of brought everything into question for a lot of people, I think.
But he got shot in the back 7 times. That does seem excessive.
Does it?
Shooting somebody in the back? Well, that means they're running away.
They tased him twice, and he wasn't taseable, which means you shoot him 6 times might not be enough. You don't lose your strength instantly when you're shot. You can still grab the weapon you have under your seat and turn around and start blasting.
That's for sure a shoot to kill no matter what. I think there has to be some sort of better coordination between
at the
police
range
officers who are firing, because you hear the story back in the day. I think it was in the 90s. This guy shot 41 times because he was reaching for his wallet. And it's like, how the fuck do you shoot someone that many times and not think that they're at least incapacitated? Now, I don't know about 7 times. I'm not a cop, and I've never been in that high stress situation.
Hey, they say scars on the back are a swordsman's shame.
They say that.
Zorro said it in fucking One Piece.
Hey, so I was looking up some statistics on this type of stuff, and one of the things I found, I was looking up the police shooting rate by race, and what it said was white people do suicide by cop 3 times or 4 times more than any other race.
Of course.
That's because white people are more suicidal.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. How, when a guy, when Jacob Blake fights cops with a hook knife in his hand, and then
I see what you're
starts
saying.
walking over to his car and reaches in there
That could
while
be
the
easily
cop
be
is like,
considered suicide by cop.
why isn't it? Yeah. Well, like, wait.
Well,
is
it's
it
like the
because
other guy. The other
hey,
guy that
wait,
shot
wait.
himself was the other black
So-
dude who
so-
shot himself in the mouth.
So no, but look, how do you know this white guy wanted to die? There is absolutely no way, unless you know that white people understand fighting a cop is a good way to die, right?
So
Sure.
what you're saying is like people interpret it when it's a white person, it's suicide, but when it's a person of
That's-
color,
I mean,
it's a cop killing
How,
somebody.
how else can you say? I mean, do these people have suicide notes before they go get killed by cops,
Good
Right.
question.
or do they ask
Wait,
them
so
after they kill
what's
them?
the Twitter
Like-
story then with this guy?
Oh, yeah, yeah. So the Twitter story is the guy had a restraining order on him from a girl that he like broke into her house and, molested, or raped, I guess. I don't know the
We've all been
specifics of
there.
it.
Diddled or raped? Which one was it?
But so he went to her house and then he started like, I don't know, it's really fucking creepy. The story that goes with the report. It's that he put his fingers in her and then smelled them and said he suspected her of cheating. And then
that smells like my friend's dick.
yeah, something like that. But then he took her. So then he took her keys and left, or he did something and they called the cops. But at some point later, he wasn't supposed to be there, and he came back. So they called the cops, and he took her keys, and cops showed up, knowing that someone was like a rapist was breaking a restraining order. And this is a dangerous situation. Like shit, someone who was accused is going to the house that he's not supposed to. I don't know, but yeah, and then you fight cops and have a knife in your hand. Like, I think it's insane.
Yeah, I don't
that you expect
actually
the
know. Is
cops
there a video of this? I know there was supposed to be
Yeah.
a video, but I honestly have not seen it. I just heard everyone talking about it. I was like, fuck, I'm going to wait for all this to blow over.
What happened was he was fighting the cops on the ground. I don't know if it was one or two, but he was definitely like doing a wrestling thing on the ground by the side of his car. And then he stands up and just like ignores the cops and just starts walking with the knife in his hand. And the cop grabs his shirt, like, stop, like, don't go grabbing shit right now after you just fought me with a knife, like.
Wait, what do you mean? He stood up and was walking away. I'm sorry if this is
Like
annoying for everyone who's already seen this.
The video. All I know is the video started with him on the ground fighting a cop, right?
Okay.
And then he stands up and starts walking away, and the cop is thinking, hell no, you're not walking away from me right now. You're getting on the ground arrested, So he grabs his like shirt and he's like trying to pull him back, like stop him from walking forward, and he just keeps walking forward. And he supposedly avoided or walked through 2 tasers already.
But he had a knife in his hand when the cop was pulling at his shirt.
It look, those hook knives? They look like raptor claws.
Yeah, Karambit.
Yeah, I don't know. You can in the video.
found out the hard way.
It looks like he's got that, but I don't fucking know.
I see.
What if
and
he
they
was just
did-
trying to record Knife Game Comp Edition for the Rusty Cage channel?
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe I
you're a
will. The
knife
Jacob
expert.
Blake knife game song.
Yeah, but so he ignored the cop. The cop was trying to tug him back, like stopping him, and he went to his driver's door, swung the door open, and then reached into his car. And the cop just, okay, dude, like he shot him. He panicked, obviously, but it's
Yeah,
like
I don't know. I
you-
don't know. Situations like that always seems
once someone gets
like
into
the
their
person's.
car, you have like a quarter of a second turn around and like
Yeah.
when cops get shot, they didn't see it coming ever.
Oh,
Like,
right. No, I've
obviously,
seen those
because they shoot
videos
people,
where
yeah,
it's like the person's acting real smooth, and then they kind of just pull that gun out and shoot out the window at the last second, and shoot a cop. But I don't know, man. I guess I really probably shouldn't be one to even talk on this because I don't really have too many strong opinions about whether or not like how cops should react to situations like this because it's something I don't really understand.
The way I see it is cops are like the stitching of society. Without cops, there's no law. Without law, there's chaos, and there's no society. So
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I definitely agree with that. There needs to be someone upholding the law because, as we've
Yeah.
seen, the second no one is, then everyone just slips into chaos. Now, whether or not that's because everyone's been pent up inside for 4 months or some other reason, I think that's actually a huge part of it is that there's all this like pent up aggression and it all exploded, and then the second you take away any sort of authority at that moment, people are going to go fucking all out.
Guess.
But when does this tie into somebody getting wrongfully banned on Twitter? Because that's what I saw.
Oh yeah, we keep like okay. So anyway, yeah. So this dude did all that. He fought the cops, blah blah blah. But he was he had a warrant that he was like avoiding turning himself in or whatever it is for. He was supposed to go to court for the case, the charges.
The rape?
Yeah, and then so then he gets shot for resisting arrest, which I don't know. I kind of think if you get shot resisting arrest, you kind of did it yourself. But anyway.
Well, if you're getting arrested, the idea is go to the jailhouse and get a lawyer.
Exactly.
Don't run or fight the police.
Yeah,
you fucking
fighting
moron.
the cops doesn't
Right.
make it better ever. Statistics have shown that it never
You're
works out better.
tripling your prison sentence if you do anything to a cop.
Which is why I don't understand why anyone's doing anything. Why are you resisting? Like,
I mean, I think there's also this big movement that's been happening for the
scaring
past
people.
month that gives people a
free
heightened
pass.
sense of, yeah, like we got a free pass. These motherfucking, look at you, punk bitch, you can't do shit.
It's racist
and then
to stop us
it
from
gets to
stealing.
a point where they say, well, actually we can and we will at this, this breaking point.
Oh, I still didn't get to the point with the thing. It's
Yeah.
So anyway, so then he gets shot in the back, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, a criminal got hurt. This is so sad." And then the whole NBA said, "We're not gonna have NBA games anymore." Apparently, I don't follow the NBA, so I don't know much about that. But I also heard that they all put Jacob Blake's name on their jersey or some shit. They're like they're hoisting him up on a golden pedestal.
do
Meanwhile,
they even look up who these people are before they honor them?
No, it doesn't matter. That's the weird part. So many upstanding black citizens have died because of these riots. You know?
Yeah.
But we're upset that Jacob Blake got shot for resisting arrest. Like, sorry, man.
It sounds like he should have just went to jail and called Kamala for a free pass out.
Yeah, no, for real, right? Yeah, he definitely would have got bailed out.
Unless he was innocent.
What do you mean?
Oh, then she would have, blocked any evidence that could have got him off the case.
Oh yeah, you're right. She's got those weird tactics. But so the girl who was raped gets to watch the Celtics or Celtics, whatever they are, parade hoisting this guy around. Her rapist, who also I heard the charges on him that were on him for the rape are dropped. But I don't
What
know
the fuck?
that would be insane. But that's what I read. And I kind of didn't think much of it because I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, he gets to walk free because he resisted arrest. That's what people deserve.
He's not walking anymore.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He didn't walk free.
This guy lived, right?
Yes. As far as I
Yeah,
know,
so-
he's paralyzed.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's not going to rape anybody from his paralysis.
Yeah. Well,
I thought he died.
He
The
learned
rape
his
victim
lesson.
got banned on Twitter then, or what?
Oh, yeah, the aunt was tweeting about it saying, like, this is fucked up that you're all, like, shoot, like, what is wrong with you people? My niece was raped and she has to watch you guys, like, cheer for him like he's some honorable, upstanding member of the black community. Yeah, so it's...
Yeah,
Yeah.
But then didn't the aunt and the girlfriend get banned from Twitter because of that?
Yeah, they banned the aunt for it. Yeah.
Thanks, Jack.
That's insane. I mean, it's also just them making a claim. Anyways, it's not like they're 100% right or wrong or anything, but like the fact that they just get banned outright because they're... Is that true though? It was like, might have just got banned for something else?
There seems to be, and it's weird because I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't want to be one, but I feel like the logic is there that there's some weird like strategy going on. The Biden campaign makes no sense. Like,
No, it doesn't.
he's an empty shell of a candidate. That makes no sense. They're not spending any money. They have no money. No one's donating to him. GOP has like 4 times the donations as them, and meanwhile, like they're trying to make vote by mail. They're trying to scare people into having to stay inside. Like, I mean, this is all obvious to them, And
I know. Goddamn, did you see that they're trying to infiltrate? Oh, fucking, what's that game?
that
Stupid game, Animal Crossing.
yeah. What was it? You were saying something like about Pokemon Go, right?
Well, no, what I was saying is like the fact that the Democratic Party is thinking, hey, maybe if we do all of the exact same mistakes that we made in 2016. Maybe we'll win this time. And so like now they're in Animal Crossing trying to do this whole campaign. Like Biden and Harris are
Like,
I don't know, trying to get people to vote for them through Animal Crossing. First off, no one even plays it anymore. Also, it's just such a huge disconnect from what's actually going on. And poor timing. Like, make a stance. Everyone's already beyond Animal Crossing. There's riots in the streets that have been going on for over a month. Do something that's related to that rather than some weird, poorly timed viral marketing or whatever.
Yeah, they should have said Pokemon Go home and vote by mail.
Yeah,
right.
Just do Pokemon Go again.
Well, that whole voting by mail thing is very weird to me because I feel like for as long as I've been alive, people have always thought that USPS, the United States Postal Service, was shit. That all the employees were neglectful, a little bit lazy. They were overstaffed. Things are always getting lost. Every time your mail does get lost, they just try to pass you off to someone else and pretty much say, hey, you're out of luck. And I know personally, as someone who has to use USPS all the time for my business because I'm shipping out CDs and comics, I get a lot of lost packages that don't even get scanned. Like I'll print out the label, put them in the mailbox. They get picked up. They get brought to a warehouse. They're supposed to scan them in. You're supposed to be able to track these packages. And then it's just, no scan delivery. They never arrived. It's a month and a half later. I'm looking at the actual tracking of it. It's just been passed around from distribution center to distribution center, and then nothing ever comes up of it. And now that happens enough just for me personally to think that there's no fucking way that I would trust everyone being able to vote by mail and that be a consistent system that wouldn't, be damaged by either a lack of proper organization. And so from that, everyone, then you have like Trump saying defund USPS. So on top of USPS already being shitty.
Did he say defund though?
I don't fucking know, but wasn't there something like that?
Right now they're reorganized. They're like if a new CEO came in and just started shuffling everything around, trying to make a profitable business.
Maybe, and that actually, I think that would be an incredibly good thing to do. But all right, so here's what everyone's saying who's, I guess, just anti-Trump or on the left or whatever. They're all pro. They're trying to be pro mail-in ballots. And to me, it makes no sense.
Yeah,
so if their narrative is that Trump's trying to defund something that's already broken and subject to corruption and just not operating correctly, why would you be for mail-in ballots? Wouldn't you think that defunding something already broken would make the mail-in ballot system even worse?
Or there's two things on that. One is that if you think Trump is trying to rig the election, maybe you should go in person and vote, not make a paper airplane with your ballot and throw it to a mailman.
Nah, guys, I'm on the other end of this one. I wish mail-in ballots or whatever were the standard. I voted in 2016, and it was a big fucking waste of time. I had to wait in line for over an hour just to cast a vote that ultimately doesn't even fucking matter. If my vote is just one vote and doesn't matter anyway, why do I have to, get time off of work to go wait in fucking line all day with these degenerate people? All fucking wearing their shirts and talking about who they're going to vote for like I give a shit. If I could just fill out the ballot and drop it in a mailbox, that's going to save me so much time and effort. Why would anybody be against this?
Well, I don't know, man. Yeah, just exactly what I'm saying. And maybe I'm getting conspiratorial, but I think that the mail-in ballot system, the USPS is not engineered, it's not equipped to do that thoroughly.
Well,
and
then every single federal building, set up a big old fucking box, and instead of me waiting in line to vote, let me walk up and drop my ballot in there and go home.
I agree. That would be a much better system if you can actually just go there, put the thing in, but to give it the extra step of it has to go through the hands of like 6 different people, potentially get lost, potentially purposely get lost. Depending on, I don't know if they know who you're voting for or who you're suspected to be voting for. There's so many ways to rig it.
Well, in-person voting is rigged from the very beginning because it's not even a federal holiday. People have to literally take off time from work to do that. Either give us all the day off so that we can go waste our fucking time in line, or like it's fucking retarded. People who have to work sometimes can't vote because they have a goddamn job.
I think you can get a break at your work, right?
Why don't they just give me the day off?
Why don't you just quit your
because
job?
then you're not
a
gonna
day off for fucking President's
Do
Day,
you have a
but not
job,
for
Monkey?
voting. That's a
Dude,
little more
do you have a job?
patriotic to me.
If you had the day off of work, would you really want to spend it by going in and waiting in line to vote?
As opposed to having to wait in line to vote and then go to work, which is what we're doing right now.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Like,
isn't it illegal?
if we're such a patriotic, democratic country, the day where we all vote should be the biggest fucking holiday of the year.
Blowing off fireworks and
so
stuff outside
then
of polling.
Do they really want us all to vote?
No, that's what I'm
course
saying.
not.
The
Yeah,
working
right.
class, they don't give a shit if they vote.
Yeah.
What
But
were
the
you
second
saying?
the
Yeah,
second reason I don't trust mail-in voting is because it's if someone's trying to change the rules mid-game, you don't let them ever. They're
Yeah,
cheating,
that's really fucking suspect.
right. Like you're playing
Like, you
basketball and they're
give it
like,
4
"No,
years
we're playing to
ahead
31."
and then try to work up to it.
Yeah.
Well, just imagine the nightmare it's going to be if COVID is still going on in November. So now that line I had to wait in, now everybody has to be 6 feet apart. The lines are going to be, I mean, if there's 1,000 people in line, that's 6,000 feet. It's going to be going around blocks and blocks.
Listen, COVID's going to be around up until the exact point that it's not convenient to be used politically.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only
Well, I'm
reason
just
it's
saying,
around.
man, you going to wait in a 3-mile line to vote, or do you want to just send it in the mail?
Is that a thing in your state?
Social distancing, yeah, it's a brand new thing we just invented in Iowa.
Yeah, okay, I guess. You are very intelligent people.
Yeah, but like Mumpke, exactly what you're saying. I don't know if you're playing from the aspect of, say, someone who might be trying to.
I'm
rig
playing from the
election.
aspect of me, who does not want to wait in line.
Right. So that's why I guess the conspiracy is that this is being a thing. They know people don't want to wait in line. They know that they would rather, it's so much more convenient to do mail-in voting, but it's not necessarily better because it's not necessarily efficient or even close to being accurate. I mean, goddamn, just regular voting. Remember the Bush-Gore election, if you guys are old enough to remember that one. It was a
your
month
state
before
fucked
they
it up.
figured it out.
Was it 04?
What was that?
04?
No, I think that was
No.
2000.
Yeah, it's because Florida is full of
yeah, yeah.
retards who don't know how to vote.
Oh no, it was horribly corrupt. They went way out of their way to like block recounts and whatnot. And
Didn't
honestly,
the
at
Supreme
time,
Court just choose the winner?
what the Supreme Court did, I believe, is that Gore was trying to get another meticulous recount, and the Supreme Court put it off. They like said, all right, it's going to be suspended until a certain date. And then when that date came, which was like 24 hours before the vote supposedly had to have already been counted and a candidate had to have been chosen, they said it's too late. And so it was just some weird fuckery between politics. And it's like that's going to happen so much easier with mail-in. There's going to be so many recounts.
Yeah,
and
like people say
don't know.
mail-in voting, there's no stats showing that anyone has ever committed mail fraud with voting. Like, oh, because it's never been caught, you think it doesn't happen? Or is it the most least caught crime ever committed? Like they're
yeah, I mean, we got
validating
dead
it.
people voting and
I mean, regardless,
duplicate votes.
just because, like, no, we have no reports of anyone robbing convenience stores. It doesn't mean they're not happening. Maybe something's up. Like,
Right.
So let's round this up and see if we can all come to an agreement. Election Day should be a federal holiday, and this year during COVID, just fucking set up ballot boxes at every federal building and let me drop my ballot in 5 seconds and go home. Yes or no?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's definitely closer to
or you
something
could just
that
give
would
me your
work.
ballot and then I'll.
Yeah, forget the mail. Just show up in person, drop it in, and leave. Don't wait in fucking line.
Yeah. Could you imagine if Hillary Clinton made a voting app? And she was like, COVID, we have to use my app. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fake anyways, and our vote doesn't matter. So
That's how I always felt. But
we're
then
all
how
lying
did
to
Trump
ourselves,
win?
and we're arguing about things that don't matter at all.
Yeah.
Talking about our illusion.
Yeah, because don't our votes just tell the elector what we want them to do, and then they have the ultimate decision?
Well, no, it's because what we're doing is we're the people of a state, because it's a union of states. The people of the state vote on who their state wants to be their president, and then those electors from the electoral college then uses the votes given to them.
But they have like faithless electors all the time, right? Like I think somebody didn't vote for Trump or something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while since like 2016, so I haven't read about that kind of stuff in a while. But I remember it was rare and inconsequential. I don't know.
Well, we solved the voting crisis. What next? What are the trash rats going to solve next, Reactor?
You want me to make something up? Okay, let's talk about.
No, I mean, like, what are the stories that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, yeah. News stories. Hold on. Three men wore GPS ankle monitors while burglarizing dozens of homes. That's the story. So there's like these three guys, and they have ankle monitors in L.A.
Was it Rusty, Reactor, and Mumkey?
They don't share the same ethnicity as us.
What? Wait, what do you mean?
Oh,
Like,
no.
So, I mean, I consider myself light skinned. I don't know, maybe like Anglo Caucasian.
And you're black from the waist down. We can't forget that.
Right. So you're saying these guys don't like
No,
look like someone like me?
I would say like the opposite of Anglo Caucasian.
They're Vietnamese.
Is that the opposite? Is that it? That's the opposite. I thought that was opposite of American.
Are these Ethiopian men?
Maybe.
See,
it's
this is the
possible.
thing. It's like every time we're just trying to talk about a story, Reactor always has to pull away from the actual information that we're
Wait,
trying to learn.
me?
And then
I was
go off
going
on
with
some
the story.
tangent about like, well, they weren't white. Like as though we can't figure out what you're
Yeah,
trying to
we
say
get
here.
it. You cherry picked another black criminal story, Reactor. Fucking
cherry-picked?
bravo.
This is a
La
good story.
dee
All
da.
right, look, they were wearing ankle bracelets, running around robbing homes, thinking like, because right now with the whole BLM and black people are immune to crime, they were like, we need to run up in these houses. We don't have to stay home with our ankle monitors. We're not on house arrest because we're immune to crime. So they start running around and, it had like a GPS trail, like.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just following them to every single house. Well, did they steal less than $1,000 and at least take a loaf of bread with them, so
that's
they had a
right.
reason to say that they were committing these crimes?
God, more than $150,000 in cash, an AK-47, a Smith & Wesson handgun, cell phones, iPads, jewelry, designer handbags, ammunition, blank checks, fraudulent debit cards, a stolen vehicle were among the items seized by authorities. They made off well.
How long were they doing this for?
Probably, within the last week, because I assume the whole immunity to the law thing started within the last week, right?
Do we know
what
why
exactly
they had
is
the?
that?
Huh?
Go ahead, Mumkey.
Do we know why they had the ankle bracelets? Was it like they wanted to track the best citizens in society, or what's going on?
So what is this immunity to the
They
law
were in
thing?
LA. Immunity to the law. They have like, because of quote unquote racism, the Democrats or the left, Antifa. I don't know what's going on, but they're like Chicago looting. You heard about that? Maybe we talked about it before. I don't know. But
Maybe a little bit, but yeah, you can tell me again.
like maybe I saw the story more accurately than the rest of the country because I'm here. But they had U-Haul trucks rented. Like, it was highly planned. 300 people running through the most expensive street in downtown Chicago with jewelers, and like it's like where all the
smash and grabs.
yeah, and they're just like with U-Hauls. It's crazy. And the worst part is a lot of them weren't even wearing masks.
Oh shit! They could have spread corona.
That's terrible. So someone's grandmother could get sick and die because of that.
Get sick? No, I'm talking about they're breaking into buildings to stores and robbing them without masks on.
Right?
Yeah.
When everyone has the potential, or they can easily get away with wearing masks anyways, the people breaking into the buildings are not wearing them.
Ironically, or something is that maybe I
I
can
don't
use the
know.
definition. But
Okay,
it's
guys,
weird.
I'm getting sick and tired of Reactor's racism. So from now on, whenever he brings in a news story about black people committing crimes, I'm
I
gonna
wasn't even
bring
bringing up
in
their
a
race. What the fuck,
counter
man?
story about a white person committing a crime.
I actually
okay?
avoided
All right, I think
saying
that's
their
fair.
race while giving you enough information to know that they're not like you.
Well, hey, listen, I just Googled recent crimes, so I'm going to just scroll through. Okay, that's a black person, 3 black,
You
okay,
know what
never
they
mind.
did
This isn't going to
in
work.
Florida, or at least in my hometown, we used to always go to this one mugshot website where you could just see the arrests of the day and what people did. And it was fun because sometimes you'd see your friends on there, someone you knew from high school.
Yeah,
but,
I heard that some kids like stole a slushy machine.
Yeah, well, I would have been on there, but I was too young. But right whenever the BLM protests started happening, the website removed the ability to see the faces of the people who got arrested. So, no, I think they actually removed everything. So you just couldn't even like read the names or see the faces. And it was just so fucking obvious. Like, why? Why can't we look at who got arrested in our local county and for what reason?
Yeah. Is there still a sex offender one? Because I want to see if that's mostly white people.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I don't know if there is one, but... Mumpy,
You
I
scared
guess
to look because you don't want to look in a mirror?
You would... Oh, haha, shut up. I'm not a sex offender.
I got another story, and this one is totally different than the other one we just did.
Oh,
this one will be
God.
a breath of fresh air. All right?
Okay.
All right.
So, in Union Springs, Alabama, which is a state in the U.S., right?
Alabama.
Union Springs?
A pedestrian was shot to death, apparently for crossing the road too slowly. And it's my understanding a 29-year-old named Jonarian Allen was shot 8 times around 7:45 p.m. Thursday in Union Springs, a small town in Bullock County. 45 minutes from-
Bullitt County?
Bullock.
Okay.
Bullock.
Okay,
like
well, you should
Sandra
be
Bullock.
probably walking a little bit faster in Bullock County.
Right?
Yeah, for real.
If the hand is blinking, you should be running.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Penn was in his car waiting for him to cross and became, what's the word?
Enraged?
I don't know. He wanted to
Jump
go.
out.
What? Jump out of what? But
Yeah, never mind.
yeah, so he just got intolerant. Is that a good word? And shot the guy. But what's weird about that is if you shoot a guy who's walking too slow in front of your car, then what? You run him over?
And drive around.
Could have drove around him without it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about Union Springs or Bullitt County or wherever this is. How slow is this guy actually walking?
Was he like
yeah,
trolling
because
him?
when you hear this story, your first instinct is to think, oh, no, he shouldn't have done it. But, like, man, if somebody's walking that slow that you have to shoot them, you know, it really makes you wonder how slow this fucker was actually going.
Well, he's not faster than a bullet, that's for sure.
No, like I don't like to blame the victim, but like if you're walking that slow in the street and I got somewhere to go, man, like either hurry the fuck up or I'm going to hurry you up for you.
I originally thought it was an old man because that kind of makes sense. Like, okay, like, you know, an 85-year-old
Right,
man walking
right,
real
right.
slow, pop him a couple times and drive around him. But he's 29. Why would he be
All right,
walking slow?
here's what I think happened. I think that this person, unless he had some sort of disability, that these two people that were in the car, willing to shoot someone walking slow, were probably like a little pissed, and this guy in front of their car is just being a fucking asshole and like trying to
Walk all
be
slow.
alpha or whatever and walk slow and be like, what the fuck you gonna do about it? Because you know how some people just walk in the streets and they don't care if there's cars behind them. Not saying which type of people do that, but people definitely
Literally
do it.
you when I went to visit you and you'd get fucking drunk bar hopping. Like, oh, hey, what are you going to do, cars? I'm going to crawl on my hands and knees in the fucking crosswalk, guys. I'm Rusty Cage.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you were fucking wasted.
Oh, Jesus. Well, yeah. So I mean, if I was doing that and I was maybe testing the people in the car, and trying to instigate them, it wouldn't surprise me if maybe they got
But,
out and shot me.
Like, the thing is, like, these guys are going to prison for a long time at the very least, right? Unless Kamala Harris is going to bail them out. But what was it? Was it worth it? A guy, like,
That's a lot of foresight and forethought that I don't believe that they had. It's not was it worth it? It's based on a sister of honor, revenge, and jealousy.
it seems to be like a common trait among criminals where, like, it's got to be, like, that's the stupidest thing you could ever do. A guy who's walking too slow, if you wait 10 seconds, you don't go to prison for life? Okay, let's do that instead then. Sounds like a good idea to me.
No, man, you're not hearing what what I'm saying is I think the guy that was slowly walking across the street was doing so intentionally and kind of
Okay.
like a fuck you, what are you going to do about it type of thing.
That's
And
what I'm
so it
saying.
was almost like instigating the people in the car to I imagine it probably escalated. It's not like there was a guy who was just walking slow and they just got
Maybe.
out and said, "Man, this guy's walking slow."
No,
And shot him.
He just reached his hand out the window, around his windshield and popped him.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know.
Yeah, because they're trying to defend the dickhead who got shot. I mean, am I the only one who's sick of all this, like, oh, pedestrians have the right of way bullshit? Like, man, I have a car. I spent $5 fucking grand on this used Ford Fusion, and your ass is just walking around for free. How about you get the fuck out of my way? If the light is green, I'm either gonna run you down or shoot you out of the way.
Here's the other problem. You have to also realize that he would rather kill someone for being in his way than drive wherever the fuck he wants on the road. He could have went through a red light. He could have went, on the sidewalk if he wanted. Still a lesser charge than
Sometimes
killing
it's
a
a
guy.
matter of principles. Like that guy challenged him and he lost the challenge.
He lost the challenge. He wanted to be thrown in the gauntlet, and these motherfuckers said, "All right, let's do it." You're either gonna walk.
If you're gonna go toe to toe with a 2,000-pound vehicle and you think you're gonna win, you're dead.
No, you shot him.
Still, he lost.
Yeah. You think that's what it was about? It was about winning? Like, this guy is mocking me? Fuck you. I'll
Why
kill
else would you shoot somebody unless they piss you off?
Yeah,
So that would be
right,
a hate
listen,
crime.
I'm not gonna make. I don't want to keep going back into the race thing, or I don't want to judge a book by its cover. The victim was 29-year-old Janarian Traves Allen.
That sounds like a white name.
The guy who shot him was Jeremiah Wesley Penn. So the victim kind of looks like someone who might be like walking slow on purpose. Maybe I should just post a picture in the video.
I gotta
so people
see
know what
this.
I'm talking about.
I gotta
All right,
see this.
Hold on.
I mean, there's a video? I didn't see that.
No, there's not a video, but I was saying I could post it on the video for this episode so people at home can see it.
Penn confessed.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I was looking at it, it said he turned himself in.
That was nice. So that's an even weirder thing when someone would shoot someone and then turn themselves in. They said, fuck, I just shot that guy. All right, well, time to do the right thing.
There's a lot of racial division that could maybe account for it. I don't know.
But you think this had to do with race?
No, I don't. I mean, Mumkey, all right, so the guy who got shot was on the right.
Where'd you post the picture at? Oh, wait, they're both black guys. Yeah, they're both fucking black.
So they know each
there's no
other.
race here. It's
No,
just some fucking slow walking guy.
Oh, shit. It's black on black crime. We don't care about that.
Next
Can
story,
we
next
move
story.
on to something else?
Okay.
Who
Hey,
gives a
I got a
shit?
good one.
We're wasting our time.
Really good one. Okay. Nothing to do with race this time, right? But
Thank God.
Finally.
the FBI is investigating pilots' report of guy in jetpack flying 3,000 feet in the air near planes at LAX.
That's awesome.
So apparently 2 planes called into the tower at LAX and said, hey, there's a guy in a jetpack up here, just so you know.
Now, if I recall, if you even fly a drone near an airport, like that's a federal crime. So if you have a jetpack, why are you going to the airport with it?
Because you're a millionaire if you got a jetpack, so who gives a fuck?
Well, just go fly anywhere else.
No, because what's the fun in that? You want to take
fly in
advantage?
front of
You wanna fly
airplanes.
next
You
to a
want to
plane?
take, dude? That's got to be so badass, don't you think?
What did you
Yeah,
get, sucked
yeah.
into the engine like all those birds did?
Then you better
I'm
hope
sure
that
he's-
Sully is the one
I would-
piloting the...
I bet he would be like 500 feet away from the plane at least. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't. That's insane, though.
Well, I mean,
You're caught in
what's the even time that you can stay up in the air in a jetpack now? I mean, I know they've made some advancements, but it's still only like 2 minutes.
No. How would you get to 3,000 feet that fast? Unless it was like a super fast jetpack.
That's true. I guess I have fucking no idea. This seems like a strange story. I didn't know that jetpacks could even bring you up 3,000 feet anyways.
But then what do they
Do
even
jetpacks look like they do in San Andreas when I use a cheat code, or is it something else? Because I've never
It's
seen
kinda
a
like that.
real-life jetpack.
I think it's like they've had them where they're jetpacks. They also had them where it's a jetpack that has like, what's the word? I don't know, some kind of structure going down and has like a foot plate for you to stand. So you're like standing on your jetpack, kind of.
I've seen those like in the water when they shoot out water from the bottom, but I'm guessing he wasn't doing that.
Well, I've kind of seen newer ones that look like Iron Man jetpacks, where you actually have stabilizers on your hand and then
Buzz
like a
Lightyear?
main, like Buzz Lightyear or whatever, and then just one on your back. But it still seems very suspect that this guy was able to get 3,000 feet in the air.
I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, okay,
man.
so what happened to him? They just didn't catch him at all. Just two pilots said they saw a guy in a jetpack.
Yeah, the FBI is investigating it. I don't know. I guess they're. What are they going to do? How are you going to find a guy? Like,
Well, this is what I was
Hey,
always wondering that too
imagine-
about like shining lasers in pilots' eyes. You know, if you get those high power
Yeah.
lasers and like people are always getting arrested for supposedly shining lasers in a pilot's eyes. First off, how fucking low does that plane have to be where you can even see it with your laser?
when you're looking down, you can see the beams coming from. You ever look at those like
yeah, but I'm saying, like, are they
military
doing it on
videos?
purpose? Like, are the people intentionally shining it
Oh,
in the
yeah.
pilot's eyes?
I mean, like if you'll have the strong laser pointer and you just kind of aim it at the plane to see if you can like light it up, you know?
Oh yeah, like
And then
yeah,
you do.
like make the
And
windshield
you're like,
light up
holy
or
crap,
whatever.
the whole thing's lit up. But that means everyone on the plane that you're hitting their window sees a beam of light coming from your house.
How the
So
fuck
a
do
really
they
funny
find
prank you could do is like in the middle of the night, go to like Rusty Cage's yard and just start shooting lasers at planes, and then they'll just see like the yard it came from. You run away, and Rusty gets arrested.
And
Yeah.
I'll say I don't have a laser.
No, but
too bad.
we'll leave it.
Okay.
They'll
Well, I
find
mean,
one.
Rusty, when they
Another
arrest you,
glove.
do not resist arrest because we know what happens when those
Well,
situations.
no, I mean, if they're trying to arrest me and I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to make sure to tell them that over and over and over again.
Yeah, pull out
And
your
I'm
hook
gonna-
knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have everyone watching also say that I didn't do anything wrong.
Tell everyone to
And if
record
the
it.
cops still keep trying to arrest me, then I believe that it's my right and duty to
Yeah.
stop an unlawful arrest.
And if everything
And let
works
them
out,
know that you're claustrophobic and that hot asphalt would be more comfortable for you.
and if everything works out, you'll get a $1 million lawsuit and live happily ever after.
Yeah, and what if it goes the other way?
What were you
Then I'll be a
dying?
martyr for.
That you'll be hailed a hero.
Literally
You'll-
nobody would march in the streets for you.
You'd have a mural on a wall.
Yeah.
Well, can I request that nobody shines lasers at pilots around my house?
Nah, I'd be okay with it.
Okay. All right. Well, please don't do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you want to give out your new address anyway? I haven't gotten it yet. Can you just say that real quick?
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the news I have. Do you want to talk about anything we got going on? What do we have going on?
Well,
Yeah, Rusty, I heard that you have like a whole adventure going on.
what the sober adventure?
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Oh man, yeah. I figured I kind of want to talk to you about that. So, essentially, I want to go completely sober in October. So every single day, I won't, drink at all. Probably won't do any cigarettes. I'll try not to smoke weed. But the thing is, I drink a lot, and I drink a lot every day, and I have for years. So
How much we talking here?
probably recently, maybe a third to a half a fifth.
What are you drinking? You
So
like
it's like-
skipping the beer and going straight to the heavy liquor?
Yeah. It's all like whiskey and gin.
You ever
and
drink
shit.
mouthwash
Well,
on
shit, give
purpose?
us some recommendations. If people at home want to drink the Rusty way, what do they got to do?
Well, if you can find it, Buffalo Trace is a very fine whiskey.
Okay.
I mean, you can kind of go cheap. The more you drink, and if you're on a budget, you don't really want to pay for the bottle. You want to buy something that's just good enough. So if you're going for gin, I'd probably go with Tanqueray. I'd stick away from vodka. I don't
What's
know.
wrong with vodka?
I don't know. It just tastes
You don't like
shit.
Absolute?
I'd drink it if I had it. If I didn't have
Yeah.
anything else. So, but it's really like it all just kind of got super out of control when COVID happened. Because then I'm inside and I have no timeline. There's like nothing telling me when I need to wake up, when I have to do things on any certain schedule, when people are getting home from work, and also just on top of that, I was like, well, this might be kind of fun just to try to do a series of videos like vlogs every day documenting my going from drinking every day to being sober, which means
So like
there's going to
like
be
the
at least
Super Size Me documentary, but more dramatic.
maybe, and hopefully not too dramatic, because here's the thing, like you can essentially have a seizure if your body depends too much on alcohol and you quit it cold
Yeah.
turkey within the first 3 days. That's when your body reacts the strongest to it.
Well, Rusty, it sounds like, I don't trust you to stay true to this. You should fly me down and I'll stay there in all of October to keep you sober and you can watch me drink.
Would you film me
Yeah, of course.
for all of October? What would you do with your house? I mean, yeah, if you want to come down for a few days, at least the first 2 weeks, that'd be cool.
My buddy,
You just have to film me and fucking, make sure I don't go into horrific depressions or all the other. I start hallucinating because I'm having the DTs or some shit.
yeah, whenever I go out of town, my buddy Biggs house sits and takes care of my animals. So, and he lives in his mom's basement. I'm sure he'd love to have a home for a whole month.
We can definitely talk about that then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I got a spare room. I got a cot.
I got nothing else going on.
Well, because here's the thing, like, I don't know why I was saying I wanted to do daily vlogs, and then I'm thinking about, I'm going, God, is that really what I'm gonna want to be doing if I'm in a state of heightened paranoia? And
Well, that's why they'll be
I'm
entertaining, is
hallucinating.
that you'll be miserable the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. And so, whatever. Do it for the month, give my liver some time to recover, and then I can just go right back into it at my own discretion.
Yeah, just go fucking crazy on November 1st.
Sure.
Dude, let's get some fucking Coke and shit, man. November 1st is gonna be hype.
I'd be fucking down with it. Maybe.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. We'll talk about that.
Hey,
Yeah, that'd be great.
Are you getting rid of the alcohol in your house?
No, I'm gonna be drinking it.
I mean, I'm gonna drink all my liquor. I'm definitely not gonna have like a bottle sticking around because I really wouldn't trust myself because I don't really know what it's gonna be like.
You're gonna buy
if
liquor.
you're actually in a different state and you feel like a physical dependency and also you're hallucinating and maybe I think I'm gonna fucking die or some shit. Which I guess at that point, hopefully, Mumkey, you would consider calling an ambulance.
CPR.
Yeah, I'd call TrashRat into the room and let him take care of it.
Yeah, true. I don't know. It'll be an interesting experience, and I think people will enjoy watching my suffer.
If you want to wait, I could get addicted to heroin for a month and then quit with you.
Oh my god! Wait.
It only takes one time, so just go get some right now.
No, I think you really gotta like grind it in to be sure.
No, there's no high like the first one. Yeah, heroin and meth, they say not even once. You'll be, fucked for life, and I believe them.
I've known some people that have been addicted to heroin and died because of it, and it seems like such a weird drug that someone would do now. Like, I get it if you were prescribed pain medications and then you stopped getting those prescriptions and then you had to move on to something like fentanyl or heroin because you're trying to still chase that addiction to the opium.
Or just numb the cravings.
Yeah, right. To numb the craving, which I think is why most people probably do it now. But it just seems like you don't hear anyone that does heroin or has done heroin saying, yeah, fucking heroin is tight. Like, it's always like, man, it's the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
No.
Have you tried it?
I've seen this great fucking video of this homeless guy living in L.A. Who says, oh, man, I'll find it sometime. You guys got to watch. But the cameraman's just interviewing this homeless guy who's saying about how getting addicted to heroin, like, sent him on the downward spiral, and now he's, like, sleeping on the street and stuff. But he says he loves doing heroin so much that it's worth it, and that he's like, he can quit whenever he wants, which is what they all say. But he's like, for now, the heroin is worth it, and I'm gonna keep doing it.
I mean,
You know how
a
heroin
little bit.
works?
Like, I can understand that. That's what I feel about drinking. It's not like I want to quit drinking because it's like ruining my life, or I'm like having to fucking, I don't know, like what people on heroin do. Like, you're having to fucking shit or be constipated for 3 days, or you smell like gangrene. I just like drinking. So it's cool that I can afford it, but I can't imagine, like, if you were rich and addicted to heroin,
You'd be fine.
that'd be fine. Yeah, you'd be like
Yeah,
William S. Burroughs. He was a big heroin
You could have a
addict.
dude
and he
injecting
seemed
it.
like
I
he
don't know.
loved his life.
I don't know about that. I don't think you should be addicted to heroin.
Well, no.
All right, fine. Don't do heroin and get addicted to it.
The only time anyone
just don't do it at all.
The only time anyone has a problem when they're addicted to heroin is when they can't get it. So if it costs like 10 cents a hit at the grocery store, like, people would be like, oh yeah, okay, fine, whatever, Or I mean, I guess pills is a better example.
Well, it's
Forget
like
about the
Bayer-
physical addiction. Think about it from like a psychological standpoint. The heroin will give you more endorphins than any other feeling in existence. Like, you will never feel that
happiness.
good ever again when you're sober.
Right.
And I don't want to have to live a life
Yeah,
knowing
exactly.
like, man, I've felt heaven before, and if I want to feel it again, like, I'm just going to be addicted to this horrible drug.
That's what Artie Lang said. You know who Artie Lang is?
No.
He's a comedian. He was like 13 years the third chair on the Howard Stern show. And the whole time he was a heroin addict. And his take on it all was like he was addicted to pills, and he was like asking some club owner after a set or before a set, if they had anything, if they had any pills. And the guy's like, no, but I can get you some heroin. It'll do the same thing. And he's like, the second I tried it, he just says, uh-oh. Because he knew that was the end of his life. He's like, this is so fucking good.
Yeah.
I will never not be able to. Well, in all the movies, the cliche is, it's better than sex. Which is like, okay,
most things are.
That's video games are.
Yeah.
No,
I had a hot dog today that was better than sex.
It's the ultimate feeling of happiness.
Exactly.
Right.
Chemical happiness. You can't beat it ever. Yeah, it's not something.
Well,
you
that's why
know.
they say don't even do it once, because it's not because like it'll immediately ruin your life. It's because you'll like it so much you'll never want to not be high on it.
Same thing. They say the same thing with
Right.
skydiving.
About what?
Skydiving, don't even do it once because you're gonna like it, and you could die.
Yeah, my dad
You
went
could die.
skydiving. I don't think he wants to do it again.
But it is dangerous.
Talking about like becoming like a adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, you gotta sit at home, don't do anything. You wouldn't want to mess up those
Yeah.
chemical balances.
Can you imagine being an adrenaline junkie right now in your quarantine? You can't jump off a building,
No, you just walk around without a
throw a
mask,
parachute in the air.
and then fight everyone who attacks you.
Yeah, go fight a cop. That's some adrenaline.
Yeah, there you go.
Just go into the black neighborhoods of Chicago.
Yeah, get arrested.
There's a guy in my neighborhood who's never been arrested once because he always wins the fight.
They just gave up.
Every time he just beats them up and leaves, and there's nothing they can do about it.
He beats the cops up.
Yeah, every time.
So Rusty, if you're going to be vlogging this, where do you plan on posting these?
That's up in the air right now. I probably, if I end up posting all of them on YouTube, I would do that on my main channel, but I'd probably be posting them every other day.
Yeah.
And eventually on YouTube, I'll post like all of them spliced together. But there's a chance I might post them on Storyfire, which is like a YouTube competitor that's kind of going around. But that's up in the air. So I don't know. I'll post them at my funeral.
Also, you guys want to close up the show now? Talk about
sure.
like Patreon. We've got the bonus show. Do we have a bonus show for this episode?
I mean, we can.
It's just not made yet because we didn't finish this episode yet, right? We're doing them in order.
Right.
Okay,
So normally we do the after show after the show, and then we post that onto
On the
Patreon.
Patreon.
And
Okay.
the last one was like, what, 25-ish minutes?
I don't even know.
I mean, I can keep going.
I don't-
Whatever.
I don't remember. Yeah. But we got to close this show, right?
Yeah, we do, don't we?
So I don't. Do you guys know how to do that?
Okay, well, here's actually what I want to start doing with the show. I want to start taking questions from listeners and particularly patrons, just to clear out the riffraff. So if you do want to ask us a question, it could just be like a simple question, or it could even just be advice if you have, some relationship issues and you want to ask one of us in particular or all of us and get all our takes on it. Sign up to Patreon. I forget what our lowest tier is, but you can post your questions there and we will read them out in the show and communicate with you. Also follow us on Twitter, which is TrashRatCast. Right? TrashRatCast. Yeah, communicate with us there. You can throw us questions and I don't know. Just throw us some fan art. Draw pictures of us.
Here, give us something to put in the video.
Yeah.
No butts.
I think that'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah. Also, yeah, just send us suggestions. Like any weird clips you see, just send them there and maybe, I don't know, put a hashtag. I'm making this too complicated. Just
If
send
you
it
know
to
any
us.
cool drugs that Reactor should get addicted to and then try to go cold turkey on in October, let us know.
Yeah. Give me a drug that you think I can't quit, and then I'll do it.
What's that? What's that new one that's in the grocery stores now? Like Kratom or Kratom or some shit? What is that?
Kratom. Dude, it's
Yeah.
It's like a weird. It hits the same receptors as opioids. So if you're like withdrawing from opioids, people can use that to like get a similar feeling or get rid of the withdrawals. But
So how long
that's in
until this
grocery
one gets
stores?
banned? Yeah, I see signs for it
Yeah.
outside,
Dude,
like
and
outside
it
of
is-
gas stations.
it's definitely a drug. I tried it before and definitely felt stuff. I felt
Fuck.
terrible. I hated it. I was like, this is not fun. Or I mean, not fun because
maybe
I was taking it for medicine.
Hey, how about this? Next episode, I'll go buy some and I'll be high on Kratom for the next episode. How's that
Oh,
sound?
Jesus.
That probably would be bad.
Fuck it, if I can buy it at the grocery store, then how bad could it be?
Yeah, it's not crazy. Just as long as you don't take the whole bag or something, you know.
Whatever. So hey, everybody, hit us up on Patreon if you want to, support the show, and we'll see you next week with some more shenanigans.